everyone. I'm Jay Lenora Bressler, and welcome to the Saturday of Mother's Day weekend edition of the Bible Delight in the Details. Tomorrow I'll be doing my Sunday school lesson, and we'll be in Romans chapter 12. So I wanted to talk today, in preparation for tomorrow, a little Mother's Day message. You know, in the Bible, God is often portrayed as a father, right? And we're told by Jesus to refer to him even as Daddy, Abba, Father. And yet there are places throughout both the Old and the New Testaments where God is spoken in terms metaphorically in the nurturing terms that are generally thought of as being associated with a mother. And I wanted to talk about just a couple of those right now in preparation for Mother's Day. I know that a lot of times for Mother's Day we talk about the beautiful Proverbs 30 woman, who's truly a Renaissance woman, but this is a little something different for you. Jesus himself, at a very key moment of his life, right as he was entering Jerusalem for the last time before his death and resurrection, he's standing on the Mount of Olives. And in Matthew 23, verse 37, it's recorded that he's looking on Jerusalem. He says, "Oh, Jerusalem, Jerusalem, the city that kills the prophets. How often would I have gathered your children together as a hen gathers her brood under her wings, but you would not." There is such a bittersweet longing, just sadness there. And I think that, we who are mothers, we know that there are often times when we want to help our children. We want to help them, guide them. We want to give them a good perspective. We want to protect them, and they are resistant. They are, headstrong or difficult in some way. And we know the longing about that, about wanting to help them, make their life easier, strengthen them, develop them, but they would not. And Jesus is, I think, reaching into the heart right here of a true mother, of a good mother, who is very sacrificial for her child and who is always concerned with trying to look out for their best interest. And sometimes that child just won't respond very well with that. And Jesus is talking about that. It's very definite. He says a hen, right? It's the mother chicken. It's not the rooster here. It's the hen. And those of us that live in Lakeland, we're very familiar with seeing aviary birds such as swans and ducks around our lakes, and we know exactly what Jesus is thinking of, how the mother so often gathers the flock and goes after the one that's maybe getting behind, and how if that mother hen believes that you're threatening her brood, she will come after you. I remember so well when Tristan was very small. He loved to go to Lake Morton, and we would go a lot. That was in the days when they had the downtown trolley. Remember that? And so we would ride the trolley, and then we would walk around the lake, and we would feed the ducks and the swans and the geese. And I remember one time by accident we got a little too close to some of the little ones, and this goose just took out after us. It scared us to death. I think it almost traumatized Tristan, really. Yeah, I know it traumatized me. I've never been so afraid in my life as when that mother hen or goose or whatever she was coming after us, because that love, that protective, it's just something you have to do, is so great. In one of the commentaries I read today on that verse, it said that is Jesus was kind of gentling. He was making a gentler, more homey reference to something that is in the Old Testament. In Exodus 19:4, Moses is talking from the perspective of God, and he says, speaking of God, "I bore you on eagle's wings and brought you to myself." He's talking about the people of Israel. And then in Deuteronomy 32:11, like an eagle that stirs up its nest, that flutters over its young, spreading out its wings, catching them, bearing them on its pinions. And my understanding is that the grammar there shows that it's referring to the female eagle. You know, a lot of us know that passage, you know, rise up on eagle's wings and all. But what we may not understand is exactly, you know, what that looks like. Eagles are notoriously strong in being able to, their wings are very strong. So they can carry actually loads on their backs, so to speak, on their wings. And when they see one of their little eaglets in trouble, trying to fly and faltering, an eagle will swoop down at sometimes exceedingly great speeds and literally get under them and let them fall gently onto their wings. And their wings are strong and can carry them in that way. But the Deuteronomy passage also refers to holding them by the pinions, and of course those are the claws. The claws or pinions of an eagle are also notoriously strong. Oftentimes, of course, we think of them as diving for prey and being able to hold on to that prey for a long, long period of time, sometimes flying a very great distance, but also actually getting that prey, usually getting it away from something else. So the pinions are exceedingly strong, but they're also can be delicate. They can hold on to things with a gentleness and yet a firmness, and they do that with their little eaglets as well. Sometimes they swoop in under the eaglet and let the eaglet lay there on the strength of their wings, and sometimes they have to go and actually get that eaglet in the claws and the pinions, get them out of a dangerous situation, maybe even out of a situation where they themselves are the prey, and so Mama Bird has to come rescue them. And I think on Mother's Day it's wonderful for us to see these things where God, who is our Father, absolutely, and that's how we should view God, is nonetheless got that nurturing side that we sometimes think about as associated with mothers. And mothers are fallible. Even the best mother is not perfect, and so whatever your experience is, either with your own mother or with being a mother, it's nice to know that there is, just like there's a perfect father for you, there's a perfect mother too. And that is God. No matter what your situation is, you can always know that there is somebody who can mother you perfectly in the way that you should be mothered, with all your uniqueness and individuality and your own foibles, and that is God Himself. So on this Mother's Day weekend, I want to wish a happy Mother's Day to all mothers and those who may not be biological mothers themselves, but are acting in that way for so many people. I know there have been wonderful women in my life that may not have been related to me by blood, but have certainly influenced me with mother-like attention and devotion, and I appreciate that so much. So to all of us, a very happy Mother's Day. I'm J. Lenora Bressler. Visit me tomorrow at 9:30 as we go live with my Sunday school lesson. We will be in Romans chapter 12. Have a great day.